January 12th, 2022 meeting of the Sacramento Transportation Authority to order and the Sacramento Abandoned Vehicle Service Authority. Both of those bodies call them into session. And with that, welcome all my colleagues and all those from staff and others who are joining with us today. And are we broadcasting?
Yes, we should be broadcasting.
Okay, very good. Okay, because usually I see a little
recording in progress.
All right, just popped up on the screen. Very good. Okay, with that then, I will turn to you, Darrell, to please call the roll to establish a quorum. We'll make some announcements to the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll move into our business agenda.
Okay. Desmond?
Here.
Frost?
You're on mute, Sue.
Here.
Guetta?
Here.
Harris?
Here.
Kozlowski?
Here.
Kennedy?
Here.
Miller? Natoli?
Here.
Sandhu?
Here.
Chenier?
Here. Here.
Okay. Cerna? Or Abdus?
Here.
Singh Allen?
Here.
Spees?
Present.
Terry?
Here.
Valenzuela?
Here.
And Vang?
Here.
And you have a quorum. And on to the announcements. In compliance with directives of the county, state, and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, this meeting is live streamed and closed to in-person public participation. Temporary procedures are subject to change pursuant to guidelines related to social distancing and minimizing person-to-person contact. To make a verbal comment at today's meeting, dial 916-875-2500 and follow the prompts to be placed in queue for a specific agenda item or off-agenda matter. When the chair opens public comment for a specific agenda item or off-agenda matter, callers will be transferred from the queue into the meeting to make a verbal comment. Written comments are always accepted. Send your email comment to boardclerk@saccounty.net, and your comment will be routed to the board and filed in the record. This meeting of the Sacramento Transportation Authority is cablecast live on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on the Comcast Consolidated Communications and AT&T UVerse cable systems. This meeting is closed captioned and live streamed at metro14live.saccounty.net. Today's meeting will replay on Saturday, January 15th at 2 p.m. on Channel 14. And that concludes my announcements. And we can go on to the Pledge of Allegiance.
Great, thanks, Darrell. I see, Tim, you have a flag behind you in your backdrop there. So why don't we all rise? Tim, if you'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please, Mr. Johnson. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, any items to be either dropped from the agenda or added to the agenda before I move to the?
I do not have any notes in that regard.
Okay. All right, then we'll move into our agenda, and the first order of business is the annual selection of the chair and vice chair for calendar year 2022. And so I'll call that item. And I know we had information provided in our packet relative to the rotation that's occurred over the past 30 years. That pretty extensive list there. So thank you, Sabrina, or whoever put that together, but gives us the background. And with that, then I'll open the floor for discussion and nominations.
Chair, I'll nominate Bobby Singh Allen to be chair.
Second.
Second, Terry. Oh, sorry. Somebody else already.
I have a motion and a second to nominate Bobby Singh Allen for position of chair.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I would like to nominate Katie Valenzuela.
We have a motion.
I'll second.
And I'm sorry, is this for vice chair?
No, it's for chair. So this is a substitute motion. So we have a motion.
Okay,
So we have a motion was made to nominating Bobby Singh Allen. Motion was made and seconded.
mhm.
Member Harris, and then it was a member Kozlowski. Was that who had the second on that?
It was Kozlowski.
Okay. And then we have a motion by member Kennedy and seconded by member Vang to nominate Katie Valenzuela for chair. So that is the motion that is currently before. So I want to be sure I'm clear on the parliamentary procedure here. And we'll speak to the motion that's on the floor. We will take up the, as I understand, the substitute motion, correct? And maybe Mr. Burke, again, I want to make sure we got this in correct order. I see some hands raised, so I'll get to
Yeah,
it.
you're correct. You take the substitute motion first.
Okay, all right, very good. Okay, all right, so the motion that's before us for consideration immediately is the nomination of Katie Valenzuela for chair. I see hand raised, so I'll go to member Vang, and if others wish to speak, just please raise a hand or weigh in.
Oh, no, I actually had my hand raised because I wanted to make a nomination for Councilwoman Valenzuela, but Councilmember Harris beat me to it, so no worries. I think the only comment I have is that, you know, we have had a pattern on this board and STA, usually vice chair becomes chair, and would really love the opportunity for Katie Valenzuela to be the chair. She has been such a great advocate for transportation, really hoping that my colleagues would join me and Patrick, Supervisor Kennedy, in supporting her for chair. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. Okay, I see Katie, you have your hand raised. Katie?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. And just to make a quick statement, you know, I love this board as much as it is kind of an administrative function, because I really love what this board is about, which is making sure that what the voters voted on happens. You know, we may each have personal opinions about projects or things that happen, but, you know, we get asked questions, bringing that forward, making sure they have confidence that we're spending the money the way it was intended to be spent. You know, it's not about which projects we like or have feelings about, and more about making sure that they happen the way the voters voted on it. And so I really hope to have the opportunity to serve as chair. I love this. I think public transparency and community work and making sure the community has faith that government does what they ask them to do is paramount. So thank you for the consideration and for the nomination of my colleagues, and hope that you'll give me a chance to serve in that role this year. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else wish to speak to the motion that's on immediately before us?
I do not see any additional hand raises at this time.
Okay, any members of the public sign up to speak to this?
And let me just double check that. There is no public comment for item number 1 at this time.
Okay, all right, then I will bring it back for a vote. This will be a roll call vote, and the motion we are voting on currently is the nomination, placing the nomination Katie Valenzuela for the position of chair for the 2022 year. So that's the motion we'll be voting on. So call the roll, please, Madam Clerk.
Desmond,
No.
Frost,
No.
Getta, Harris.
Aye.
Oh, aye. Okay. Harris,
No.
Kozlowski,
No.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Miller, Natoli,
Aye.
Sandu,
No.
Chenier, Avdis.
Shanera's aye. I'm sorry.
Okay. Avdis,
No.
Singh Allen,
Oof.
Don't worry about it, Bobby. I
No.
don't think I have the votes anyways.
It's yeah, this is awkward.
You certainly can abstain if you choose to. You can vote yes or no, Bobby. You can pass. It's up to you. So as I know you're obviously you're
Come back to me. Come back to me.
okay, Spies, Spies,
No.
Terry,
No.
Valenzuela,
Yes.
and Vang.
Yes.
Okay, and that motion does fail with 8 members voting no. Oh, I'm sorry, Sing Allen. I didn't come back to you, Sing Allen.
Oh, I mean, I think my vote is irrelevant right now, so I will vote yes, knowing that it has no impact.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that motion does still fail with there being 8 no's.
How
And
many
then there-
yeses? It's 7
There are
yeses?
1,
I
2,
counted
3,
7
4, 5,
yeses.
6, 7. Wait, what? Wait, that was a no. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 7 yeses. Yes.
Okay, so call it out very clearly. So you have eight no's and
Sorry.
7 yeses.
So the motion does fail with 8 no's and 7 yeses.
All right. Okay, then we go to the prior motion, which was, that motion fails. So the prior motion was to nominate Bobby Singh Allen for the position of chair. That did receive a second, so that's the motion that would be before us. Anyone wish to speak to this motion? I see your hand up, Mai.
Yeah, Chair Natoli, in this motion, is it possible to also do the nomination for the vice chair? Or are we doing that separately?
It's certainly up to the discretion of the board. It's been done both ways. Member Vang, the motion as it's currently stated was just for the position of chair. Someone could offer an amendment to that or a substitute motion, but the motion currently on the floor is just for the chair, so.
Okay, can I make a motion, amendment to that motion? And I'd like to nominate Supervisor Rich Desmond for vice chair.
That would have to be accepted by
Yeah.
the motioner and by the seconder.
Correct.
I'll renew my second if Jay's okay with the first.
I think Mr. Harris was the one who made the motion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Mr.
my
Harris was
apologies,
Yes.
Yeah, I would accept that amendment.
as will I.
Friendly amendment, so, okay, that's, we'll vote on the amendment in just a moment here. I do see another hand up, so anything else, Member Vang?
Nope, that's
Aye.
it. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, so Member Guerra, your hand's up.
Oh, I was nominating Rich Desmond for vice chair. That's already done.
That's okay, all right, so we have an amendment to
I'm
the.
trying to figure out how to use this thing to put the hand down, so.
We should all be experts by now. It's only 2 years.
No problem. I put your
No,
hand
I'm
down for you.
working off my phone here, unfortunately, so.
It's no problem.
All right.
I put your hand down for you, Member Gerda.
All right, so with that, then we're going to vote the amendment to the original motion, which would be to add Supervisor Desmond to the,
I'm
actually, if
sorry.
it's a friendly amendment, I guess we can take it all
Yeah,
as
you
one.
vote for the whole, I'm sorry, Mr.
Yeah,
Chair.
whole package, okay,
Or
that's fine.
We vote for the whole thing.
Okay, all right, so with the friendly amendment, then now the motion before the body is to approve Bobby Singh Allen as the chair and Rich Desmond as the vice chair for the Transportation Authority for the 2022 calendar year. That is the motion. Anybody else wish to speak to the motion? All right, seeing nothing further, then I'll go to the clerk. Please call the roll.
Okay, Desmond,
Aye.
Frost,
Aye.
Getta,
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Kozowski,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Natoli,
Aye.
Sandu,
Aye.
Chenier,
Aye.
Abdus,
Aye.
Singh Allen,
Aye.
Spees,
Aye.
Terry,
Aye.
Valenzuela,
Yes.
and Vang.
Yes.
And your motion carries unanimous vote.
Very good. Okay. All right. Congratulations to Bobby and to Rich. And I see our incoming chair's hand raised, our new chair. So Bobby, I'll turn to you.
Wow, thank you, I think. Transportation is a very important issue, not only for myself, but my city. And thank you to those that nominated me. I hope to serve this board faithfully and, get to know you all a little bit better. And I want to thank our current chair, Mr. Natoli, and our vice chair, Ms. Valenzuela. With your permission, I hope that you can at least chair the presiding of this meeting, since I don't have preparation to chair this just right now. So if you don't mind continuing that role, and again to thank you everyone for supporting me. Looking forward to working with all of you and meeting our transportation needs as a region.
Thanks, Bobby, and congratulations. And
Thank you.
I'll be happy to chair the meeting and hand the gavel over to you, at least virtually at the end of this meeting, and we can work through the agenda. And again, I thank being a past vice chair, Valenzuela. I know she a couple times early in the year I had other commitments, and she did chair at least on one occasion. I think filled in on another one, so appreciate that. And congratulations to both Bobby and to Mr. Desmond. I know you'll be in good hands with them at the chair and the vice chair positions. So, okay, with that then, Madam Clerk, I'll continue to take the meeting through the course of today's agenda, and we'll go to the next item on the agenda, which are our comment items. And the first one is the comments from public regarding matters not on the agenda. I don't know if we have anybody signed up or anybody on hold, but this is the time.
We do not have any verbal public comment at this time for item number. I do see member Singh Allen. Was that your hand raised from previously? Okay.
She's just waving at us. She's happy.
Yeah, she was giving me the go ahead to lower her hand. So I'm low hand, and I don't see any other hand raises from the members at this time either.
And this was for the public, nobody from the public, right?
Nobody from the public, no.
All right, then we'll move past that item to the next item, which is the executive director's report. So I'll turn to Ms. Drago. Sabrina.
Thank you, Chair Natoli. Good afternoon, directors. I would like to start off by welcoming everyone and Happy New Year, and thank you to Chair Natoli and Vice Chair Valenzuela. It was indeed a pleasure to work with you closely last year, and congratulations to our new chair and vice chair, and I look forward to an exciting 2022. So I really wanted to start today talking about the items that the staff and the board are going to be looking to address and fulfill during this next year. So let's kick off by talking about our capital improvement program. Initializing in the summer of 2020, staff has worked with the 5 remaining member agencies eligible for capital improvement project funds. They are the county, the city of Sacramento, city of Citrus Heights, Caltrans, and the Capital Southeast Connector. Targeted allocations were established, and then the agencies worked closely with staff on project listings, timeliness of need, and developing an allocation program based upon projected cash flow. The staff is currently updating targeted allocations based on our updated projected revenue, and we estimate bringing that before the board approval in the spring. As part of the CIP update, staff also actively engaged in updating the Sacramento County Transportation Mitigation Fee Program. In the second half of 2021, staff worked with EPS to conduct a study of the development fee program to conduct a revenue projection through the life of Measure A. Additionally, they also compared the fee schedule and categories to similar self-help counties throughout California. Conclusions from that study helped in the development of overall revenue projections for Measure A for a more accurate understanding of the capital program, as well as the other areas funded through the development fees. Based upon these results, staff is currently evaluating the fee schedule and categories with a working group. And staff is also looking to bring before the board an RFP to conduct an updated Nexus study for the first quarter of 2022. Moving on to other programs. In the October 2020 board meeting, the STA board approved a strategy for implementing the first phase of funding the Smart Growth Incentive Program, authorized in the Measure A expenditure plan to allocate, to allow recipient agencies to participate in the forthcoming cycle of the SACOG Community Design Grant Program. The board approved the strategy to allocate $4 million for the competitive program and $1.5 million to non-competitive applicants for a total of $5.5 million. Based upon the applications SACOG received and their recommendations, the STA board approved the said allocations. The board also approved to adopt this policy into the SGIP program, and staff are actively working with SACOG and the professional advisory group to develop the policy for future SACOG community design funding cycles. We anticipate presenting this policy to the board by the end of the first quarter of this year. Moving out of Measure A. In the spring of 2021, with board approval, the staff started the efforts to reauthorize the Sacramento Abandoned Vehicle Service Authority. With recent legal response and adherence to Proposition 26, reauthorization via a 2/3 public vote was required versus the traditional board authorization. Polling was conducted indicating that voters were receptive and supportive of the initiative, and all partner agencies approved of the strategy. Staff has issued an RFP to hire a consultant for education and outreach, which is before the board for consideration today. This ongoing initiative has the intent to be placed on the June 2022 ballot. The ballot language must be approved by the majority of the city councils constituting the majority of the incorporated population, as well as the board of supervisors. Staff is actively engaging with the appropriate parties to get in front of councils and supervisors. And to date, we are scheduled to be in front of the county next month to present the ballot language prior to our deadline of March 11th. And moving on to statewide funds. In late summer, the California Transportation Commission announced the SB1 third funding cycle. As part of that, the local partnership program was included. This program is a statewide $100 million annual program administered every 2 to 4 years. The CTC is proposing a 2-year, $200 million program with 60% of the funding distributed via formula and 40% in competitive grants. Formulaic funding is only available to agencies that have a taxpayer-approved tax, toll, or fee solely dedicated to transportation, thus allowing STA to participate. The competitive program is available for those with formulaic program, plus any agency that has fees dedicated for transportation, for example, impact fees. The CTC has conducted a series of workshops, and they anticipate the policy being released early in summer of 2022, as along with the call for projects, and anticipate program award in summer of 2023. Staff and member agencies have been meeting to discuss competitive and formulaic strategies for the next round of funding. We anticipate bringing a project ranking strategy before the board in the spring, and will continue to actively update the board as this process continues throughout much of 2022. And finally, staff is actively working on updating our website and logo and anticipate presenting that to the board by the end of the first quarter. Chair, that concludes my staff report.
Thank you, Sabrina. Let me go to members of the authority board. Any questions or comments regarding the executive director's report? Hands.
I do not see any hand raises at this time from the members. And there is currently no verbal public comment for item number 3.
All right. Well, if not, then thank you, Sabrina, and obviously appreciate the update on all those areas that you covered. And it sounds like a good deal of work for the current calendar year and beyond. So, okay, if there's nothing further on that item, let's move into our consent calendar, items 4, 5, and 6, which include the action summary from December 9th, 2021, the resolution which would extend Assembly Bill 361, which allows us to continue to meet in the virtual setting, and then number 6, which is the Freeway Service Patrol status report for the second quarter of FY 2022. So, any questions on any consent items? If not, a motion would be. See if there's any public comment.
I do not see any hand raises at this time from any other members, and there is currently no verbal comment for items 4, 5, and 6.
Move the calendar, Terry.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the consent items as outlined, items 4, 5, and 6. Nothing further than Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes, and just to be clear, that second, was that from Kozlowski?
Second, yes. Terry was the
first.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And on to the roll call vote. Desmond?
Aye.
Frost?
Aye.
Guerra?
Aye.
Harris?
Aye.
Kozlowski?
yes.
Kennedy?
Aye.
Miller?
Aye.
Natoli?
Aye.
Sandhu?
Aye.
Chenier,
Aye.
Avdis,
Aye.
Singh Allen,
Aye.
Spees,
Aye.
Terry,
Aye.
Valenzuela,
Yes.
and Vang.
Yes.
And your motion carries unanimous vote.
Thank you, Darrell. Okay, we'll move into our separate items. Item 7, which is the presentation of the audited annual comprehensive financial report for FY 2020-2021. And I believe Joan's going to handle this. Is that correct? Or Tim or somebody?
Yes.
Yes, it's going to be Tim Jones. Joan is unavailable today.
Okay, Mr. Jones, you're up.
Yes, at the last minute, Joan was unable to attend the meeting today. So in her absence, I'll go ahead and present the audit findings. Good afternoon, members of the board. It's a pleasure to be with you virtually. First such meeting for me. For a little context, the law requires that the authority retain an independent audit firm on an annual basis to perform a comprehensive audit of the agency's financial controls and the financial statements. This year's audit was performed by Richardson and Company, and that is a firm that has performed audit services for the authority many times since its inception. The audit today covers the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2021. Under the ordinance, the ITOC is tasked with supervising the audit, which started in June 2021.
Yeah, well, it was right on your face.
Mr. Terry, okay.
Under the
Go ahead,
ordinance, the ITOC is tasked with supervising the audit, which started in June 2021 when Richardson and Company was recommended to the board by the ITOC after vetting a pool of competitive bids. In July, the ITOC met with the audit partner Ingrid Scheiplein during a public meeting. In this meeting, Ingrid summarized the audit process and provided a project timeline. Subsequently, there were periodic informal interactions between the auditor and the ITOC. In December, when the audit was completed, the ITOC received a presentation from the audit partner on the results of the effort. During that meeting, the auditor noted the following. Number one, that STA earned an unmodified, or in layman's terms, a clean opinion. Number two, that there were no material weaknesses or significant deficiencies in internal control reported or communicated to the authority's management. Number three, that there were no significant or unusual transactions. Number four, that accounting estimates and accruals were appropriate. And then number five, that there were no corrected or uncorrected misstatements or auditor adjustments. Additionally, the STA earned the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting from the Government Finance Officers Association for the 25th consecutive year. Overall, the STA is on firm financial ground with sufficient resources to continue funding projects and programs as budgeted, and will continue to regularly work with program partners to ensure adequate funding is available when promised. The ITOC and STA staff recommend that the board today approve the financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30, 2021. Please let me know if you have any questions about the financial statements, including the audit opinion, which were included in the board packet for your reference today. That concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate the overview, and we do have the complete packet of information in our agenda packet. So let me turn to members of the authority board. Any questions, Mr. Jones, or any comments on the again, financial information presented here? Congratulations on 25 straight years of good work, which again, that's stellar. So congratulations, Tim, to you and all your predecessors and folks that work to keep our finances in shape.
I do not see any hand raises by, you have an issue with hearing Supervisor Frost?
I can barely hear Supervisor Natoli.
Okay. Is that any better?
In and out. Yeah, cutting out. Yeah.
Okay, I had my binder in front of the microphone here. I apologize. So, yeah, any members of the authority board wish to address this?
I do not see any hand raises by the members at this time, and we do not have any verbal comment for item number 7.
Okay, all right. With that, then we'll need a motion to, I guess, adopt the findings in the report. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, all right. Motion be in order then.
Motion, Spies.
Second, Miller.
All right, so we have a motion, a second, to approve the audited annual comprehensive financial report. And again, thanks to our staff for their good work ongoing for corner centering and beyond.
Thank
So
you.
that then, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes. Desmond,
Aye.
Frost,
Aye.
Yetta,
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Kozlowski,
Yes.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Natoli,
Aye.
Sandu,
Aye.
Chenier,
Aye.
Abdus,
Aye.
okay. Sing Allen,
Aye.
Spees,
Aye.
Terry,
Aye.
Valenzuela,
Yes.
and Vang.
Yes.
Unanimous vote, and the motion carries.
Okay, we'll move down to our next separate item 8, which is the Abandoned Vehicle Service Authority Program Renewal Update. And we'll go to Ms. Dahl. Jennifer, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, board and chair members. This is a really quick update. With the legislative bill option, we have had several meetings between the staff at McCarthy's office, including meetings with representatives from the transportation community, our committee, and legislative committee. Staff explained and answered questions about the program, the situation with Proposition 26, and a possible increase in the fee to help cover more of the member agency expenses. At the time of this report, we had not heard back from McCarty's office, but we since have, and they have chosen not to support a SAVSA bill at this time. The tax measure, we are still moving forward with that. The next big steps are getting the ABA tax measure text for the ballot approved by the Sacramento County Board of Supervisors, and the majority of the cities having the majority of the incorporated population. At the time of this report, I was just starting this work, but I have since been able to secure more information. As Director Sabrina Drago said, we are going to be on the county calendar on February 15th. And I am in the process of securing dates with Elk Grove and Rancho Cordova and the city of Sacramento. The last part of this process also that's required by the elections office is the county council's impartial analysis. And we're working on that with Bill and the other county council office staff members. And the due date that they recommend is March 7th, but we have until March 16th. And that concludes my report.
Okay, thanks, Jennifer. I see we have a hand up by a member of the board, Mr. Scheer. Gary.
Thank you, Chair. Just two questions. One is to Assemblymember McCarty's office give you an explanation of why they've decided not to support, and also have we gone to our state senators as an alternative?
I can answer that, Jen. From my understanding, Assemblymember McCarty's reasoning was due to the unsheltered challenges right now, and just not wanting to take up the abandoned vehicle along with that. And
I could,
go ahead.
sorry.
No,
Yeah,
go
I was
ahead.
just going to chime in. Honestly, he was the recent sweeps that were covered in the media of people living in vehicles. He was worried that the abandoned vehicle fee was going to be used to facilitate that, and decided that he didn't want to help extend it.
Thanks for sharing that.
And I have been in contact with Senator Pan's office, and we are looking to schedule a meeting.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Katie, for information. Any other questions? Jennifer's report status.
I do not see any other hand raises at this time from the members, and we currently do not have any verbal public comment at this time for item number 8.
So that's just the status report, doesn't require any action, I don't believe. Okay.
No action is required for this. It is
Right, so then we'll move from that then down to a related item, which is the item 9, authorization. And we have a contract before us for the public education and outreach consultant contract for SAVSA. And we'd actually had this postponed from the December 9th, 2021 meeting where we asked a request for some more information for the actual copy of the contract and some supplemental information that is provided. But Sabrina, did you want to make any, or Jennifer, any comments on this before we go to board?
You're not, Jennifer, did you need to?
No, I don't have any updates other than that was put in my staff report and then the attached agreement. I do believe that Andy Fields with FSB is online in case the board has any specific questions.
Okay, all right, very good. Well, thank you, Mr. Fields, for being with us. We'll see if there's any questions. So let me turn to authority board members. Questions, comments on the item before us?
I do not see any hand raises by the members at this time.
All right. And I think Mr. Fields is standing by and I bet there was any questions, but seeing that there are none, is there any public comment on this, Madam Clerk?
There is no verbal comment at this time for item number 9.
Okay. Let me ask, we don't yet have a motion. I trust you will in a second, but was there any interest in having the proposed contractor make any comments about anything that's contained in the staff report, or if everybody's good with it, we can go ahead and just take action. So.
I am not seeing any hand raises by the members.
Okay, I think Mr. Fields is going to get off easy today. So, okay, all right. With that, then, is there a motion on the staff recommendation?
Move approval.
Second.
Moving second, then, to approve the contract as recommended. And no further hands, and I'll go to the clerk to call the roll, please.
Okay, and I just wanted to confirm that was a motion by member Harris and a second by Guerra. Is that correct?
That's correct. Second by Guerra.
Okay,
First by Harris, yes.
perfect. All right, and on to the roll call vote. Desmond,
Aye.
Frost,
I just want to say if I have to drop off, it's because I'm having some problems and I'll try and dial in on another machine.
okay, thank you. Guerra,
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Kozlowski,
Yes.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Natoli,
Aye.
Sandu,
Aye.
Chenier,
Aye.
Abdus,
Aye.
Singh Allen,
Aye.
Spees,
Aye.
Terry,
Aye.
Valenzuela,
Yes.
and Vang.
Yes.
And your motion carries unanimous vote.
All right, and I trust we'll have periodic updates, probably monthly on this, Jennifer, from you and potentially from Mr. Fields as we go forward into the spring and move towards the election on this particular measure. So, all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. Okay, thank you. Well, then that takes us down. We do have a closed session, but this is opportunity now. Item 10, comments from authority board members. Anybody want to make any comments before we go to closed session? All right.
I do not see any hand raises at this time from the members, and there is no verbal public comment at this time for item number 10.
All right. So that brings us down to, are we going to recess into closed session? We anticipate potential action, Mr. Burke, so we actually have to reconvene
Yes,
as a part of it?
that is correct. You guys are going to go into the closed session, and then you will reconvene because I believe that there may be some report back from that.
All right.
Right,
You can,
so I mean, just as a matter of technology, we have to get off this call, as I understand it, and then log back onto a different Zoom call.
Yes.
And then, right, so if there's action taken during the closed session, we have to reconvene and announce what the action was. So I don't know, Darrell and Sabrina, if we are set up to do that, coming back onto this call. We're gonna.
Let me just double check with staff because I can probably just have the Chair Natoli perhaps can come back onto open session and make that announcement, or perhaps I can do that.
Sure, the
So,
chair, I can do it as long as one of us can get back into the open Zoom call, the open
Yes.
remote meeting and make the announcement.
Yes. So as you guys go into closed session, I'll go ahead and verify that and let you guys know for sure who can make
Or
that
just keep
announcement.
keep this call open.
This is going to, open
Yeah.
session is going to remain open because I'm still going to be here.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about the call closing down.
okay, so I'll come back onto this one, me who's really techno illiterate, but I'll make sure I get back on here. So everybody has the number to call in for the other Zoom with the password and so forth. That's all been distributed to board members for the closed session.
It was, but I will resend it to anyone that does not have it. So I will resend out. So I see Sing Allen and I see Frost.
Yeah.
Could you say?
I'm just going to resend it to everyone.
Yeah,
So
Paul,
everyone
I
is
see
gonna
Paul too.
get- Yeah,
Okay.
so everyone is going to get the invitation to the closed session. So you
Okay,
will see
so
that
we-
momentarily.
All right, we're going to recess for closed session, give it about 3 to 5 minutes because I think people getting dialed up and so forth. So we'll reconvene in closed session and then come back out of close. If we have reportable action, the chair, media past chair will report that out. So, okay. All right, very good. So we'll see you on the other side here in a moment. So.
Okay.
To make an announcement out of closed session.
You can go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, the board recessed to closed session. We took action in closed session relative to a personnel matter, and I'll turn to Mr. Burke to make the announcement. Bill?
Sure, thank you. The board acted to adopt the resolution redesignating the executive director position as a part-time position for 1 year.
The resolution is a matter of record, so if folks want a copy of both the approved resolution, but the text, it's available on the clerk's website or will be loaded up. Is that correct?
That is correct. It will get added to the website.
Okay, so that will come up. So in the event that those that are tuned in and watching this want to know the particular information, it will be contained in the resolution. But again, that was the action. Nothing further to announce. Ms. Drago, anything before I bring the gavel down for the last time?
I just want to make sure that the resolution gets circulated for whoever needs to sign it.
Yes.
Thank you.
You bet. Okay. Well, thank you, Bill. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, Darrell. Appreciate it. Been a good year in the trenches. We'll see you back in February, but it won't be me guiding the meeting at that point in time. So anyway.
Well, I'd like to say one last time, thank you, Chair Natoli.
Oh, yeah. My pleasure. Enjoy working with all of you. So you make me look good. So anyway, thank you all. Take care.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.